Put your headphones on, put your features up, because we're about to go into part 2 of this 3-part series on Power Paper Head Sportsbook features. Here we go. Back at it again with another fucking episode of Power Paper Head. This is part 2 of 3. We are talking features. Lots and lots and lots of features. So many features, we had to split it up into a 3-part series. And this is part 2. For those of you who are just coming in to join us, go and check out part 1. In fact, go and check out all of our podcasts. They're all fucking amazing. It's basically the best of what you need to know for the best paperhead software in the market, and it'll teach you on how to be a bookie, how to be a sportsbook fucking pro, a master. Basically, you're a savant. No, I'm just kidding. You're basically a pro and master of what you do. And if you are going to be a savant, well, this should be the only thing you learn in life. And if you're good at sports, well, this is what you need to do. So, now, we figured out that you love sports. So you're like, hey, let me fucking be a bookie. Now, in the last episode, in part 1 of this 3-part series, we talked about the first 4 features. Beat the line, you get a custom website, you get your player management, then you have your payment solutions. Life is easy, everything's good. No, it's going to get more complicated but more profitable, and that's the way it should be. The next topic we're going to hit is the sports offerings, right? You're at a sports betting industry. The keyword is sports. Now, if you're with a paperhead provider that doesn't have a lot of sports offerings, well, then you got a fucking problem. But you've come to us, and Power Paperhead has the most sports offerings in the industry. Massive sports offerings. Hundreds of leagues to choose from. Let's go. You know what? I know 16 off the bat. Let's go over gymnastics, right? Swimming. Badminton, did you know in the other part of the world that little fucking thing they hit around is called a shuttlecock? I don't want to get into that. That's weird. It's a separate podcast all on its own. Track and field. Golf. You're hitting a ball with a stick to a hole the size of a walrus's anus about half a mile away. That's skill. That's talent. I'll take bets on that any day of the fucking week. Rugby? Yeah. For the most civil people in the world, they sure like to beat the shit out of each other in Europe. Baseball, basketball, who doesn't love fucking basketball? Table tennis, ping pong? Sure, why not? Not fit enough to play out on a fucking court? Well, put it on a table and we'll slap that bitch around. That's what we do. Volleyball? Love it. Boxing? Violent, brutal, but honorable, and these fucking boxers are dope, and they put their bodies through a lot. Then you got tennis, and racing, and car racing, and hockey. Sure, more shit to hit around with a stick. You know what? Cricket. Never really understood the game, but I gotta tell you, I love watching it. Don't even know what the fuck is going on, but the number 1 sport is football. You guessed it, grand old American football. So, if you didn't know some of those sports were bettable, well, now you did. And now you know that you have a lot more to offer. And that's just 16 out of hundreds. There are hundreds. If you have a sport, man, we'll bet on chess, we'll bet on this, we'll bet on that. There are bettors for everything in our industry. And our industry is magnificent because all year round, sports are key. There's some sort of sports going on right in front of us. Some sort of spectator sports situationship that's going on. Anyway, we're going to go on to the next feature. The next feature is 24/7 US-based customer service. Let me explain to you why we use the word US-based. Your bettors, your players, you as the bookie, you becoming the bookie if you're here to learn, right? Your bettors are here to, they're in good old America. And when they pick up the phone and they want to talk to someone, they want to talk to someone that's knowledgeable on the sports that they're betting on, not just soccer. And when I say soccer, I mean like international soccer, international football. This is customer service for us Americans, by us Americans, 24 hours a day, by the way, 7 days a week. You want to, you have a problem, you pick up the phone and call us. That's what we do. It's our job. Between the infrastructure costs and the security costs for Power Paperhead, that's where majority of our money goes. Training people to make sure that we have the right resources. Training our people as part of our resources, right? That's why they're called human resources. They're able to talk to you via chat if you don't want to pick up the phone and talk. You can call, of course. You can email us. You can even text. You can use Signal, Telegram, Wicker, WhatsApp. We don't care. If you have a preference, you want us to talk to you on Facebook Messenger, that's cool. A little insecure. I'm sorry, unsecure, but that's cool. Whatever. If you have a preferred way of communicating with us, we will communicate with you on that level, right? So that's enough of that. We're going to go into one of my favorites. This feature is one of my favorites. VIP live wagering. This is so fucking important. It's not even funny. And I'll tell you why. Because the advent of sports betting, which has been around for eons, right? The days of Greek sports, right? Wrestling and all this other stuff, which, by the way, is one of the sports offerings. In-game betting options, minute to minute. There's no. By the way, you can move the lines as the game goes. We're gonna go over that probably in another one of our features. You're talking about live props, parlay betting, whatever you want, in-game. The keyword is in-game versus the old ways of doing it. A lot of paperhead providers do not allow your players to place bets once the game is started. And those guys can go fucking suck an egg because they suck, right? We don't have time for that. Your job as a business owner, as a bookie, as a business person, as a business, as a bookie business, as somebody who is a sports betting pro, is to make sure that you're offering your players the best of the best features 24/7, whether it's in-game or not in-game. Whether they want to set it and forget it and just run basic odds, or they want to fucking do play-by-play while the game is going. That's all about you. It's not about the player. It's about the bookie. It's about the bookie's ability to make profit. Features and a feature-rich paperhead solution create profits. People don't create profits. Customers don't create profits. It is an equation. It is features plus good players plus good money management by you, which is another topic we're going to get into on another podcast on how to manage your money. But that live wagering is a very important aspect of what you have to offer your players. That leads us into the next and final feature in this episode of the features portion of our podcast is the agent bet ticker. Now, this is important. I'm going to repeat this. It's agent bet ticker. Ticker, why? Because you think stock market, you get live notifications, yada, yada, yada. The keyword is live. And in the back end of the software, you have your own ticker action. You can see all your action coming in, delayed by probably milliseconds in real time. They place a bet, you know. How they're placing the bet, you know. What bet type did they place, you'll know. You'll know immediately. There's no guesswork. There's no guesswork. Especially considering we combine that with part one features, which is your custom website and all this other stuff, where you're sending your players. That's your front end. Your agent bet ticker sits on the back end. It's a completely separate portal that you get as a sportsbook agent, as a sportsbook master, as a pro, as a bookie. Whether you're beginning or you're beginning your end and fucking building your book to the point where you have no idea what the fuck is going on, you're so big. And we hope you do, because that's awesome. But you should know everything about your business in real time. Why real time? The agent bet ticker is important. Why real time? Real time is life. You have to work at the speed of life. And that is very important. We cannot impress upon you how much you should know what's going on in your business. 40,000 foot aerial view of what's going on in your business. No different than going and starting up a software company or any other company, and getting a basic overview of how your business is running and what you're doing. So you got your massive sports offerings. I gave you 16. I made golf a little weird for you guys with the whole walrus anus thing. My bad. 24/7 US-based customer service for Americans by Americans, right? VIP live wagering. You're taking action in time, in real time, all the time, throughout time, however you want to play this off. And then there's the agent bet ticker, which is your back-end software. Again, not to be confused with the walrus's back-end where you were hitting a ball across a fucking piece of grass with a stick, aiming for a hole. You know, sounds like my sex life, but we won't get into it. That's not even part of these podcasts. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys on this one. This is, again, part 2 of 3. If you haven't listened to part 1, please go and listen to part 1. Part 3 is coming up very soon, and we will see you in the next one. I hope you guys are having an amazing year. Spring is here. I hope you guys are springing into action with the right pay-per-head solution. We are the #1 bookie software on the market. There is no one that tops us. Powerful bookies require powerful software. That's why we have powerpayperhead.com. That's all I got for you guys. See you in the next one.